Yes, we're back again. But with us today, we've had somebody that some of you may know because he's come on a couple of times, and he's one of our favorites, and that's Dr. Allan Hedberg.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome.
Nice to be with you again. This is good.
Yes.
Yeah, it's always good to be here. Yeah.
And tell him just a little bit about what you did when you were younger, so that because a lot of people haven't seen you before.
I see. Sure. Yeah, I'm a clinical psychologist and have worked in psychology now for 45 years. So when I write my books, I come from a background of quite a bit of family experience with children and families and so on. So I try to capture that. Write my books. But, my writing started, and this is good for teachers to understand if you're a teacher out there. My writing started at 6th grade. I had a 6th grade teacher that really focused on writing.
No kidding.
And every day we had a writing assignment.
Oh, my gosh.
And somehow or other, I don't know how, but somehow or other she communicated to me that she thought my writing had value. And somehow I picked up that message from her.
Good.
That she appreciated my writing. And I go back to that experience and to that time in my life when my writing kind of started. And not that I've written all my life, I've not really done that, but I always had that idea, that I can write and I should write. So when I now have had time, I write.
Now, isn't it amazing that just something, when you're children, the things that people say to you are so important.
You don't know what it's going to be, do you?
I know, and I did when I was little. I went to to a dance studio with my mother. I don't know what she was doing there, but these kids were doing the waltz clog, and so I went home that day and I started doing the dance clog. I memorized it. From then on, everybody's saying, "Oh, you're talented," and
there you are.
There's my life.
It just takes a moment, and it takes a person, to come into your life, and it's that connection. And then when that happens, you kind of develop it from there. It plants a seed, so to speak.
It sure does.
And, teachers do that. And this is one of the things about teachers. You never know what value you have in the life of a child, and you don't know what your contribution really is until maybe later in life. And this teacher that, communicated that point to me, she's long gone. And she doesn't know that. I've never had a chance to kind of share that with her.
I know that.
But, teachers are like that, and as they come and go in your life, and other people, as well.
But most of them don't understand how much effect they have on the lives of their students.
That's true. But in my book, I kind of address, parents, and I think it's the same idea. Parents have a profound effect upon the life of their children.
Oh, do they?
Grandparents do.
Yes.
As do teachers and ministers and neighbors and friends and relatives. Children learn more from their relationships.
That's right.
Than they learn from books, or from a video or from the television or, those sources. Although those are powerful sources and they are learning sources.
Oh, yeah.
But children learn from people, and they learn from the interaction that they have with people. And when a child is in the developmental ages, when they're learning their language, that's when it's very important for the parents and the grandparents and the teachers to really have key words that you're trying to instill in the life of a child.
Oh, sure.
Because not only words of instruction, like stop and listen and the word no.
Right.
Those words children need to learn, and I address that in the book, how you can teach those words to children. But you need words such as be a good sport, tell the truth. Those are words of value and a character building. So parents need to have those kind of words also.
Right.
In their instruction and in their interactions with their children. And sometimes a particular word is taught to a child by a parent. Sometimes a word is taught by a grandparent. Somehow it just kind of happens that way. A child picks it up from different people.
Sure.
And the important thing is, though, that a child build a vocabulary of character building. So I kind of look at this book as like a cookbook. It's a cookbook of behavior. It's a cookbook of learning. It's a cookbook of vocabulary learning, if you will.
Mr. Dr. Hedberg and grandchildren, 2 of his grandchildren. So,
I subtitled it, of course, it's Kids Alive, but it's subtitled Running the Race of Life. And that's really what kids are involved in. This is a life race. We have to kind of run it together So children are much better off if they run a race of life with their parents as compared to without parents.
Yeah.
Better with two parents than one parent, you know. And if the parents are involved, so I'm trying to give a book here for parents and children to connect.
Oh, good.
And because I see that so much in my practice is that children come home alone, or they have one parent, they don't have two. You know, they have parents that both work, one works, overworks. Mm-hmm. They're raising themselves a great deal. Parents are not connecting with the kids. The parents are tired when they come home. So here's a book that says, okay, parent, take a page, take a chapter like my very first chapter, tell the truth. And then here's some exercises a kid can do during the day at school. Look for how truth is lived out at school, what kids tell the truth, what kids don't. Kind of watch for that.
Yeah.
And then at night, come home and talk about that with your parents.
Well,
talk about truth building.
Awareness, right?
That's right.
Build an awareness.
Build an awareness, but also build a pattern of life.
Yes.
Of telling the truth and the importance of it and the value of it and why some children tell the truth and some children don't tell the truth. I mean, those kind of things that then can be talked about as a family.
Yes.
And that's the exercise for the day. So we've kind of taken the word truth and we've built it into a child's daily life at school and his home life in the evening.
Well,
and
so
then the
much,
next day we go to another word.
Right. So much of the adult thing with people working and everything, that it's hard for them even to think about taking an hour out.
That's right.
To be with their kids, but that's really so important.
And I like your word hour because in a sense, a child benefits from an hour of parent involvement. You don't have to have 3 and 4 and 5 hours. Kids need time alone also. They have homework and so on. But an hour with your children is a profound period of time.
Yes, it definitely.
I also would say with wife and husband,
yeah.
Together as well, an hour per day, together is really a profound period of time to build relationships and the quality of life.
Drift apart without even realizing it.
You do. You do. You slip apart, and kids can slip apart from parents as marital partners can slip apart, from each other. Mm-hmm. So what I'm trying to do here is to say, okay, here's a book you can use, and that will help you. Do the job as a parent and making sure that children not only learn just vocabulary, but they learn the meaning of these kind of words and use them in their life. Because it's with words we think, it's words we negotiate, it's with words we make decisions, it's words that we somehow relate to each other, it's words that we become creative in our life, and that can be translated into action patterns. That really is productive living.
Oh, that's great. I've never seen anybody come up with something this is very important.
It's extremely important for children as they learn. And parents, are really teachers.
Oh, yeah.
Parents are the first teachers children have.
Yeah.
So why not have a little cookbook to help you as a parent?
They can be the worst sometimes, too. They'll say something negative about the child. And, boy, you remember that the rest of your life.
That's true. I had a case yesterday in my office of a young man, a little young kid who parents just blew it. They just made a remark, just made a comment that just devastated this little boy. So you don't mean it, but you do it.
I know.
So words can really defeat, but words can build too.
Yes.
So if you're aware of the words, and as a parent, if you know the words that you need to teach children, you kind of keep using those, and that builds up the character, builds up the esteem. Builds up the value of a child, the perception of a child. And then a child is more likely to succeed in life. More likely to succeed in the classroom, more likely to succeed in work and in marriage and family life later on in life.
The more you build them up emotionally and knowing that they're loved and knowing that you care enough about to teach them things, they'll grow up a much happier person.
Absolutely. And I think parents want that.
Sure.
I think parents sometimes don't know how to do that, or they don't think it through, as to how I can do that every day and make it part of family life. Yeah. And this is a little book that you can use at dinner table. You eat together, so, have that kind of conversation on the word thrive, for instance. What does thrive mean?
Let me see if we can find thrive. Or take any one of these and read
here.
it. It's really-
Well, let's just take a word. Be a friend.
Okay.
You know, friendliness. I want children, to get the idea of be a friend.
Right.
And so if you have a friend in your life, you have a quality of life, a much, much higher quality of
yes.
life. But to get friends in your life, you have to be a friend. You don't have friends if you're not a friend.
Right.
So here's a little exercise about a child going to school can look around and see how other kids have friendships and how they relate to each other. Kind of just look, just observe that.
Yes.
And then at home, talk about the friends that you have seen at school with your family. What makes a friend, why you like this one rather than that one, why you want this child to be your friend and you don't want that one to be your friend. So parents can talk about that and which is your best friend, which child is your best friend, and why is that child your best friend? What's the quality of that friendship? Wow. So you can talk about that. So then you build this pattern of teaching children to build their friendships. And, so it becomes a bigger and bigger circle. Not just one friend and not just 2 or 3, but 5, 6, 7, on into 10. Most kids have 10 friends. So you want to have that ability to make friends. So that chapter teaches that. Here's another one, wait. Every child needs to learn the word wait. So we have the child go to school and listen to the teacher say, wait. Just a minute. Hang on. I'll get you there. See how it works in life.
Yeah, so it's not seeming negative.
No, it's not a negative thing, but it's just part of the routine of life. And every teacher tells a child, wait, and every parent tells a child, wait, I'll get to you later. I have to take care of this first and just wait your turn. That happens in family life.
Sure.
So then you can talk about that around the table in terms of, do I have you wait too long? Do I have you wait too much? Are we doing this right? How are we handling that in our family life? So you can change family life, improve family life, just around that word wait.
Wow, this is so good.
So parents have something to work on. It's a cookbook for parents on teaching children good behavior.
Oh my gosh, and how can
through language.
Where can they get this?
Well, they can get it on my website. It's booksbyhedberg.com. And it's on Amazon, of course. Or just call my office at 559-244-3260.
Give it to
3260.
Got a piece of paper ready? Okay.
Yeah, 559-244-3260. 3260.
Okay.
Just call my office and we can get a book out to you, or it's on Amazon or the website, booksbyhedberg.com.
Oh my gosh, and he's got others wonderful
I've written 10
too,
books, so this is my last one, or latest one anyway.
Latest,
another
not
one
the
in the
last,
making,
I hope.
and we'll be back for that one. But if you're a parent, if you're a grandparent, it's the book for you.
That is. I mean, this is worth $1 million, I'll tell you right here. Doctor, thank you.
Hey, good to talk to you again. Yeah, thank you. And Merry Christmas to you, too.
Keep coming. Oh, yeah, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm not even ready yet.
Interesting, in the back of the book, I do talk about certain kind of days. Here's a Martin Luther Day, Church Day, President's Day.
Wow.
I'm trying to help parents, Flag Day, Earth Day, help parents teach children the importance of certain days that we celebrate in our culture, in our world. We hear about Earth Day, but what is Earth Day? So here's a chapter that can
I could look at a few of those things myself.
teach you as a parent how to help a child learn what Earth Day is and value our Earth. And come out of it in a very positive kind of way and live that way.
But you are a value. You're a value. And keep doing this because it's so valuable to all of us.
Yeah,
really.
nice to be with you.
Okay, honey.
Yeah, good.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We'll be right back. No, we won't be right back. Or we'll be. Hold on a minute, I'll tell you.